The recent Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer has left fans scraping through every frame of new footage in order to figure out what we can expect to see in Doctor Strange's second solo outing, with everything being looked into in depth, with Wanda's line about Vision investigating the multiverse to the role of the Scarlet Witch herself being measured under intense scrutiny. There's absolutely no shortage of footage to sift through. Perhaps one of the most intriguing parts of the trailer is when Wanda comes into conflict with this sort of cosmic being. While the energy signature seems to be similar to that of Captain Marvel, and this seems to be the easiest answer as to who this is in the trailer, many fans have noticed that it doesn't appear to be Carol Danvers and is actually somebody else. So then who is this luminous figure, and what quarrel does she have with Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch? Well, stick with us today, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, because we believe there are two prominent options for who this being most likely is. The first is a being known as Superior Iron Man, who originates from the comic line known as the Axis event. This iteration of Tony Stark came into existence after the Axis event served to invert the morality of Earth's most renowned superheroes via the use of magic, warping their perspectives on the world and altering their moral compass. Therefore, essentially, an evil Iron Man. While the eventual reversal largely set the world back on track, Tony Stark, however, was able to shield himself from the effects of the reversal itself at the end of the Axis arc, allowing his personality to remain altered and twisted as he began his descent into ultimate villainy. This greedy, tyrannical variant released the Extremis virus to the public and ensured that the populace got addicted to said virus, only to charge them a fee of $100 per day to feed their addiction and receive the latest updates and cures. He pilots one of the most dangerous Iron Man suits to ever grace the pages of Marvel Comics, which is widely known as the Endosim armor, with this iconic silver suit being a combination of nanoparticles influenced by symbiotic biology. This liquid smart metal acts as an extension of Tony Stark's will via the use of a psychonic link. This link allows him to feel the same sensations as his suit, control it remotely via his brainwaves, and bond with it much like a host bonds with a symbiote. This suit is in many ways alive and bends to the will of the user, unlike any previous Iron Man suit before it, and thus is the closest we've seen in the MCU to Tony's nanotechnology suits in the Mark 50 and Mark 85. But even this pales in comparison to the Endosim armor developed by the Superior Iron Man. This iteration of a tyrannical Tony Stark with the same intellect as his premier counterpart, but without the heroic morality, which makes for a terrifying reality in which Tony Stark presides over the world with an iron fist by using his incredible powerful corporation and technology to trap the civilian population under layers of debt and addiction. And perhaps most captivating of all is that there is evidence to suggest that this may be the figure that we see in the new trailer. It has been widely rumored that Tom Cruise will be portraying an iteration of Tony Stark from within the multiverse, and supposedly leaked behind the scenes photos seem to correspond with this, showing Cruise on set with a Tony Stark-esque goatee and attire. The rumors stated that he has 3 Infinity Stones already assembled, as well as the severed head of Thanos within a jar, which would explain the unique energy signature surrounding throughout the armor. And seeing as the sentries escorting Doctor Strange bear a striking resemblance to Ultron drones, we may see this Tony Stark serving on the Illuminati. These drones could potentially be servants to this variant, as he uses them as his security measures to protect the Illuminati itself. If the Illuminati is seeking to punish Doctor Strange for his crimes against the multiverse, then it stands to reason that they may be hunting Wanda as well, and this could be the catalyst for this fight. The second main theory is that this is an iteration of Photon, otherwise known as Monica Rambeau, who we last saw in WandaVision. While the extent of her power set hasn't been showcased in full as of yet in the MCU, we know that she has energy-based capabilities that could resemble Captain Marvel or the Infinity Stones, and might explain away the visual design of this mystery character. As of right now though, we know very little about the Illuminati, but this is not to say that we don't know anything. According to famed Marvel insider viewer Anon, the tentative lineup for the MCU iteration of the Illuminati may include a variant of Monica Rambeau, and although this lineup is currently in flux, he did propose the return of Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, which was seemingly confirmed in the latest trailer. As of now, we have reason to believe that this is not in fact the same iteration of Monica Rambeau that we've seen and been following in the mainline MCU, but might actually be a multiversal variant potentially more powerful. The reasoning for this is due to the inclusion of Captain Carter in Viewernon's lineup, set to make her live-action debut, played again by Hayley Atwell, which is also hinted out in the Doctor Strange poster. Haley Atwell is the only character in the lineup as of now who has been confirmed to be from elsewhere in the multiverse, although of course it is Multiverse of Madness and we can assume that most are, with the rest of the members either having been introduced in the MCU as mainstays or have yet to be introduced anywhere in the multiverse as of yet. This means that we can reasonably deduce that the Illuminati will be made up of individuals from multiple timelines, and it stands to reason that each member would likely represent a different dimension and faction. It would explain how Monica is already in tune with her power set and capable enough to go toe-to-toe with the Scarlet Witch, seeing as this variant might have years of experience as a seasoned superheroine under her belt and might be a much more formidable fighter than her mainline counterpart. While these are the two premier theories, other names have surfaced recently, though these two are to hold the highest likelihood of being proven ultimately correct when it releases in theaters or is confirmed elsewhere. Nonetheless, it's likely that Superior Iron Man and potentially Monica Rambeau as Photon will appear in Multiverse of Madness. But anyway, my friends, what do you think of this theory? Who do you think this mystery character is? And if it's not one of the two names that we mentioned before, who else do you think it could be from either the mainline MCU or elsewhere in the multiverse? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and I hope you have a great day.